ooh, ooh. Drinking the brew. Feeling down. so I'm drinking a beer. Yeah. I'll go get it after sundown. I'll go get another beer, or whenever this one runs out. It's Powerball tomorrow is $288 million. And I'm going to try a daily 4 tonight. But it would be really sweet to win $288 million though. The kitchen still is a really bad mess, I would say. But I figure I'll clean it up sometime during the weekend, so. Most likely sometime tomorrow. Yeah. Drinking the beer. Got my ale, got my blue, got my impaled, got my blues. Yeah, I'm in a musical mood tonight, obviously. Yeah. Ice cold beer. Yeah, I've never played a daily 4 before, so. You just pick 4 numbers, right? Try to win some money. I guess the Powerball, $288 million. Now that would be some money. What would I do with millions of dollars? Eat ass? I don't know. Eat ass. I don't know this. Eat ass. I'd go to Aspen. So somebody was caught cheating on their wife at a Coldplay concert. And then people said the crime was being at the Coldplay concert. Yeah, I think I started to listen. You know, Coldplay was big in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then so I was kind of listening to everything. And I listened to, you know, I kind of like Spiderwebs and Yellow and all that stuff. You know, I thought, oh, this band might get better and better. And then I think I bought, like 20 years ago, I bought X and Y by Coldplay. And I don't know, I had some rum or something. And I was in my room and I put on X and Y by Coldplay. And it wasn't very good. And I was like, this sucks. Yeah. I was like, what happened? They sold out or whatever. Or maybe they really weren't that good anyway, and they just milked out a few songs. They just milked out Clocks and Spiderwebs and Yellow, and then the rest of it was kind of shit. And they just milked. Like if you have a few hit songs, you can milk it out for a while, right? Before people figure it out that you're not that you might be a one-hit deal. And so, so Ray LaMontagne had a big hit, Trouble, back in the day, and still a pretty good song, but I was so disappointed. I guess what disappoints me about Coldplay is it's really the Chris Martin band. It's really, they should just call it Chris Martin. So that's really the problem with Coldplay. I was like, oh, it's one lame ass track after another. And I was like, oh, and he's like playing on the piano, and I'm like, oh no. There's nothing going on. It's just the same shit over and over, and it's lame. And then I was like, this is a horrible musical purchase that I spent $20 or $15, $17 on this shit. I could have bought more rum or something. If I ever spend money on something else, I always say, man, I could have spent that on rum. It's like, it really hurts. Like, it's like, man, I knew this shit was gonna suck. Like, if you go see a sorry ass movie or something, you're like, man, I want my 2 hours back, and I want my fucking money back too. But you're not gonna get it back. But I'm saying, you feel like that though. Like, what the hell? Old Gay, yeah. Their shit just got weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker until it wasn't even like, until it just wasn't relatable, Old Gay. So I was like, there's nobody else in this fucking band, Coldplay? It's just Chris Martin? Nobody else sings in this band? No one else writes fucking songs in this band? Coldplay is just Chris Martin's backup band, isn't it? Holy fuck. Yeah, it was disturbing. My favorite bands have like The Who and the Beatles. They have at least two singers and songwriters. To me, those are the best bands. When I think of pop or pop rock, when I think of Coldplay, I think that's lame. Like, I just think, oh man, this is just sellout shit. Like, this is not good. This music is, for the most part, awful. Except for, those three songs, Yellow and Clocks and Spiderwebs or whatever. They don't make music like, and it was all yellow. They don't have a song that badass anymore. Or like, and the spider webs, like that was actually pretty good. They don't write good music. They haven't written good music for like, I don't know, 25 years or some shit. What, longer than that? Old gay, not my bag of tea. I prefer bands with multiple singers and songwriters. I just think it sounds more interesting with a lot going on like that. Or the Beatles, you got like eventually you get like basically 3 singer-songwriters, in a super group basically. Fleetwood Mac, 3 singer-songwriters. Yeah, so it's not like a one-man show or one-woman show. It's like next week drinking's not going to be very cool. You know why? It's going to be a fucking 100 degrees in Houston, Texas. It's not going to be cool, man. It's not going to be cool to be hungover in 102 degree weather, right? Like, you're going to wake up, oh shit. Oh, I'm fucking hungover. And it's like 100 degrees outside and it's fucking humid as fuck. You're like, damn it. It's not the best environment to be dehydrated with a headache. Oh yeah, and that Hurricane Dexter could still come back. Texter. But if it comes to Texas, I'm gonna call it Sexter or Texter. God, please don't have a silly sense of humor, please. If you do have a silly sense of humor, then oh well. Sexter. So we might have a special effectster coming in. Okay, I've never heard of a storm. It's going out to the Atlantic, and then it goes clockwise back into the Gulf. Again, it takes another go. It takes another pass, apparently. That's what I saw on the news, KPRC Channel 2. I don't know if that forecast, I'll check out the forecast tomorrow. But apparently it's going to do a clockwise maneuver, go back into the Gulf, and then take another run through to Louisiana and Texas, So Dexter, that's going to try to become Tropical Storm Dexter for real this time. The last one was just a cock tease, a strip tease or whatever. Cock tease is what they call. Yeah, that did always suck. They called it cock block. You try to talk to a pretty girl and then somebody would come up, hey, what are you doing? And like try to ruin it and shit. Usually it'd be like jealous males, or it'd be like old ladies who didn't want you to reproduce. And like, it would just be, they're called cock blockers, right? You're trying to get some and then somebody like jumps in the line or they interfere or they get in your face or something like that. They disrupt the scene with the cock blockage. Yeah, the cock blockers. What's going on with that? I never try to cock block anybody, but there's cock blockers try to cock block me, fucking, since the beginning of time or whatever. Yeah, cock blockers, it's a real thing. You said there's a pretty girl, Allison, Alyssa, she's like hot and she's fine and everything. She's walking along and then you're like, hey, Alyssa. She's like, hey. And then all of a sudden, like, some guy jumps out like, hi, I'm Jeremy. And shit, like, cock block. Or there's like an old grandma that comes in like, hey, what are y'all doing there? And they like jump in. They're afraid there might be a sexual intercourse that causes a human reproduction, I guess. Yeah, I guess they have all their petty, jealous motives, their envious motives. I suppose they all have their petty, envious, petty motives. Cock blockers. What's that all about? The cock block. I mean, cock blockers. And it's the usual suspects who the cock blockers are, though. It's the old lady who's not really having a banging sex life anyway. It's the grandma who's not having a great sex life, and it's like the incel that gets angry and then tries to disrupt the scene. If you're talking to a hot babe. Or I guess somebody could try to cock block you if they didn't like you. Right? You're trying to get into the divine fulcrum, trying to reproduce, trying to get some nookie, and then somebody fucking jumps out, and disrupts the scene. Yeah. I mean, it's like, man, can I just talk to a pretty girl for like fucking like at least a 5-minute conversation? I mean, shit. Motherfuckers. Fuck. Can I enjoy my life for a few minutes, please? Fucking A. People. Talk with chicks with big knockers. Boo boo, boo boo, boo boo boo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. To be with the sun and the sea, but they didn't like me. What about the chicks I didn't talk to because I was just scared shitless? Well, that's on me. Right, that's my fault. So you can't blame cock blockers if you just were, chicken shit or something. If you're ever chicken shit to ask out a really gorgeous woman, then, well, that's your own fucking fault. Or that's my own fucking fault. But that has to do with self-esteem issues and, personal problems. So it's not always like... I don't want to sound like Uncle Rico, right? Like, man, I could have went state in 1982. Man, I could have went state. If I would have got that football scholarship, man, things would have been different. Oh. Okay, back when Coldplay was popular, it was a girl's birthday that I liked. I didn't get any punani though, so don't even infer on that. But it was her birthday, so I got her like a nice dinner, and then I gave her Coldplay tickets. I was actually going to go to a Coldplay concert in the year 2005, but there was Hurricane Katrina. I had tickets to an Oasis concert, and I had tickets to a Coldplay concert. And so Oasis got canceled, and because of all the hurricanes, so I didn't get to take the girl to the Coldplay concert because of the fucking hurricanes. So there was Hurricane Rita and Hurricane Katrina. So there was like two. Katrina was, like the worst in New Orleans, and then Hurricane Rita just, fucked up shit, caused chaos. So Oasis canceled, so I had to get refunds on Oasis, and I get refunds on fucking, and that was like the birthday gift to the girl, was to go to Coldplay. Well, I can't control the weather, so. Do I regret not seeing Oasis? Yeah, I do. Do I regret not seeing Coldplay? I mean, if I would have got laid that night, maybe. If Coldplay was a conduit to get laid, then okay, sure. But if Coldplay is not the conduit to get laid, then it's useless, musically speaking. I mean, it's just like, if girls are like, "Oh, this is so romantic. You took me to the Coldplay concert. What a gentleman. Are you ready to fuck tonight?" Then I would have been like, "Oh yeah, oh, Coldplay. Yeah, that was good. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris Martin." But if you didn't score, if you didn't make a baby that night, problems. Right, so maybe I just shouldn't buy rock concert tickets during fucking hurricane season in the Gulf Coast. Maybe that will be a better tactic next time. Talking about the future wise and the future times and the time space continuum coming up here. Maybe we're running out of beer quick, aren't we? We're running out of beer. Let's play something for Muhammad. Muhammad. Does that sound like the Arabic notes? It's all like Arabic notes are like dissonant. They're not very melodious. They're more like stark, like Muhammad and Allah. Our religion, Islam, it not only wants people to be afraid of God, but it also wants you to be afraid of their followers. Are we really afraid of the followers of Islam and the Muslims? Not really. I'm just glad those motherfuckers aren't, I'm glad there's not like Islamic nations all below us in this hemisphere. That would be a tragedy. Yeah. Especially if our borders were wide open, there'd be Islamic fundamentalist jihadis everywhere blowing us up and shit, raping women like they're doing in England, and killing little girls and shit in Europe. So we'd be screwed. I mean, they're sending pedophiles from the Mexicans and the Mexican drug cartels and MS-13 and Tren de Agua. Oh, they're sending plenty of mentally disturbed child molesters and rapists, to come after our children. But I think the problem would be worse if there were Islamic countries down there, Islamic jihadi countries. I think it'd be a lot more fucked up. So Europe, I think we have to deal with the pedophiles and the Mexican drug cartels and the Mexican Chinese fentanyl. But you know what? I think we had to deal with a lot less militant Islamic jihadi terrorism. So, I mean, we've had our fair share, but we don't have as much as Europe and UK do, because the Catholic God isn't a militant God, the Spanish God. So the Catholic God is not necessarily a militant God, as the Islamic militant fundamentalist jihadis. So Catholicism might be more of a religion of peace than Islam, obviously. Oh, there's going to be problems. If you let all Latin America in, all third world countries in, there's going to be problems with the child molestation and the gang rapes and all that. Not on the level of Europe, though, and the United Kingdom. Thank God. Thank God our invaders aren't coming from Arabia and Africa. Thank God for that. Only partially. Through the incompetence of the Biden-Harris administration, letting 10 to 12 million illegal and foreign nationals and agents into our country. Yeah, I guess the Europe is a powder keg, and it's headed for civil war. And Great Britain. But America hasn't won the fight for freedom. That fight is a twilight struggle. It's never over. Until everyone's, it's not a fight. The fight for America, the fight for freedom, the fight for the U.S. Constitution and human dignity and liberties. That fight is tireless. It's a twilight struggle. It's never over. It's always challenged by dark and evil forces. Always, 24/7. Every day, every month, every year, But America is strong. And it will flex its muscles. And if it's in a corner, if its people are in a pinch, we're going to fight back and resist. So they used to call America the sleeping giant. Don't awaken the sleeping giant, because when that motherfucker wakes up, it's fucking time to whoop some fucking ass. The world thinks it's going to mess with the fucking sleeping giant. You don't know what you're fucking with. once it wakes up, it's gonna fuck shit up. My beer seems to have run low. We must go on the adventure to replenish the beer, which is a sacred quest. Yeah, my friend used to smoke weed and play Skyrim all the time. And he was like, oh man, it's like his whole life. He would tell me he's playing Skyrim and he's telling me about his characters and he was smoking weed. And I'd be on the phone. He lived in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I would listen to him and he goes, oh, you know, I think my character was encumbered with too many items. And like saying encumbered. And I guess it was Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. One of my favorite memes, they have an old man and he's on the computer and it says the Elder Scrolls. That's like pretty funny. Or is that my favorite meme? No, I like it when the man has a big pot belly and the doctor says, "Congratulations, you're having a beer." That's my favorite one. Yeah, maybe is that my favorite one? Congratulations, you're having a beer instead of a baby. The guy goes to the doctor and the doctor's like, "Congratulations, John, you're having a beer." Those fucking memes, they get me, right? Those memes are fucking hilarious. Congratulations, you're having a beer. Oh, could I understand the Castilian Spanish and the Spanish riots recently? Listening to the Spanish, and I see the English subtitles. Could I understand that? I guess I understand like maybe the New World Spanish, the like Mexicans, like the Hispanic Spanish. I don't really I don't know if I understand the Castilian, the original Spanish that well. So, yeah, I don't think they're probably too much different. I mean, they're probably different enough, but they call it the Castilian Spanish from Spain. The original Spanish. Yeah, I suppose it sounds the same to me. What could make languages difficult to learn sometimes is that there's different word structures and word, verb, noun, object orders. So that's the deal. Like it make it difficult for, like, if you're an English speaker, you're trying to learn Spanish, then the word order is different. So I have a sunny house, or this is my sun house, and in Spanish is the Casa de Sol, so it's like backwards. Yeah. And also, like in Japanese, it's like I ate an apple. It's the verb, object, subject, order, which can be different in different languages. So that's why it's confusing. That's why different languages can be confusing. So they have different structures, different orders. Yeah. I mean, if all languages had the same order, then it would be probably a lot easier. But it's not. And if you add hieroglyphics and characters, it even makes things even more complex if you add pictograms and pictographs and shit. I think if you have more exposure, you'll get to learn the language more. So I think exposure is the best way to learn language, because you can study all the rules and everything like that, but study the alphabet and everything. But there's nothing like exposure. So if you want to learn Japanese, for instance, and you could study the alphabet videos and repeat after the Japanese speaker. But if you just watch videos of people just speaking Japanese all the time, you're like, oh, I didn't understand that before. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get it slowly but surely. But like, you'll start to get it after a while if you have more. It's basically, some people are afraid of exposure because exposure means vulnerability, and vulnerability means vulnerability, and people don't like vulnerability. That's the basic thing. Is that well, if you put yourself out there, that's vulnerability, and a lot of people don't like vulnerability, so they try to avoid that at all costs. So vulnerability is the best way to learn, though. So that's like vulnerability. Vulnerabilities aren't just a human trait, but they're also a trait of learning, of honesty. And so a lot of people find it difficult to be vulnerable in a new situation because it's too scary. And so it's great, all those YouTubers going to Japan and stuff. So if you want to learn Japanese, you could see them interact with Japanese people without having to go there. And so you could watch, I guess, anime or whatever. You could watch Japanese language things. And eventually, at first you'll go, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to understand this. This is too fucking hard. Look at these hiragana and kanji. Look at these. Look at all these symbols. Or maybe it's Cyrillic in Russia. Maybe it's Chinese Mandarin symbols and characters, and maybe it just seems too hard to learn. It's too fucking hard, right? So give up. If something's too hard, obviously you give up. Not. No way. I was being facetious there. Yeah, I was in my algebra class at Klein High School. Was it pre-algebra or was it just regular algebra? And then an advanced student came in. Maybe I was in pre-algebra because I was bad at math. So Kerry Rock was this guy who was this like pimp ass dude. This really cool dude, Kerry Rock. He was the algebra teacher. He had a beard, and like some guys when they get like get moles on their head and shit. And besides, like, lines on their face, like, when you get older, you get lines on your face. But those guys get like a fucking mole, like weird moles and shit. Like, I don't know. But like, so he was like my Uncle David. This guy Kerry Rock. He had lines on his head. When I was like 15, and he had the mole coming in and shit. I was like, whoa, this guy's getting up there, bro. And kind of racking in some years, reeling in the years. Oh, he's stowing away the time. Yeah, like Steely Dan, something like that. And now Kerry Rock, his name was really Kerry Rock, and he was like a rock star. And we're so excited to be in this math class. We're not good at math, but the guy's engaging. He's keeping us engaged, keeping us, trying to click it. And maybe it's hard to teach math and science because it's like a different language of its own. So if you could explain to the students how the language works, then they might click in their brains. Like a lot of the science and the mathematical manuals, they read like Chinese, VCR instructions, as the old saying goes, and so it was almost inaccessible. People would go, "Oh, look, God," you go into the pyramids, you see all these hieroglyphics. What the fuck? This is too much. Like, how am I supposed to solve this? And that's how math and science felt to a lot of people, or STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math. And so it just seemed like a foreign, alien language, like nobody was going to get. And nobody was going to excel and actually understand it or evolve it and realize the potential of it. And so I'm probably not doing good in the college algebra because there's a cute blonde girl behind me with a snaggle tooth, and that's really cute. So what was distracting me is that there's a cute, hot 15-year-old girl with blonde hair with a snaggle tooth, and I'm like, oh God, I can't focus. All right, but then an old student comes to visit Carrie Rock. He has the beard, kind of like bald, male pattern baldness, little wart. He's got, I guess he's like my age now, like 45. Maybe he's 50. Maybe he's older. I don't know. I didn't ask him. I don't ask older people about their age in case they're like, well, are you talking about my age? Well, you're talking about my age. You talking about my mortal number? Ooh. Boy. I don't want that. So, and then Bert. That's how we start the night, guys. Then this beautiful brunette comes out. But she's like this stuck-up advanced placement bitch. Overachiever bitch. And then she's like, she's a go-getter, man. She's a go-get-it-all like kind of girl, right? Oh, yeah. Go-get-it-all kind of girl. That's a girl you want, man. The go-getter. But she looks hot. She's like this super hot, super smart, super sexy girl. And Carrie Rock is like, hey, how you been? What you doing? La 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 la. Oh, it's great that you stopped by and saw me. Yeah, I don't think they're having sex. I mean, she was like 16. He was like 52. But anyways, I don't think they were having a hot for teacher. No, I doubt that. She was just coming to see her father figure, Carrie motherfucking Rock, teacher of algebra at Klein High School, Texas. Klein motherfucking High School, baby. Klein motherfucking High School. Woo! Right? Get excited about it. Hell no. The Klein High School Bearcats. Blue and gold, baby. Even before the Ukraine war, we were always blue and gold. Even before the illegal invasion of the Ukraine by Vlad Putin. Yeah, I didn't even know I was wearing in high school. I didn't even know I was wearing Ukrainian colors. I was like, I didn't even know. That was just our school colors was blue and gold. Right? Man, I was supporting Ukraine before I even knew I was. Man, I was hanging out with Ukrainians before there was even a Ukrainian war, fool. It's Friday nights, got to get a beer. It's Friday nights, I need to get a beer. So the girl said, oh, Mr. Rock, I was being facetious. This is advanced placement girl, right? Advanced AP. And then Carrie Rock said, what? Oh, facetious. It means I'm being sarcastic. And he goes, oh. In the hallway. I remember that conversation. I probably remembered it better, not only because it was a funny interaction. I remember it more just because the girl was super. There's like this brunette. She's like, who is she like? She's like, she's her own thing. Let's say that. She's her own like sexy thing. So it's like she's her own universe of sexy. I can't really. There's not like. I guess there's a myth that like the hottest chicks are in music or like Hollywood, but that's just that's not necessarily true. Actually, probably there's so many women that are way more attractive than the women that are in in Hollywood a lot of times, and it's true. The girl, you know what I mean? Long brown hair, ruby lips. You get the picture. You know, a little bit of these, a little bit of dun dun. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the apples. Ooh, a little bit of the no, we call them the melons. Maybe you call them the grapefruits, whatever you like. We ran out of beer. We ran out of beer. Ugh. Oh, man. What's going on out here? Yeah. What does go on in my neighborhood? Occasionally somebody gets drunk and high and fights, but not much else. Yeah. You want to put us select too? Okay. I'll be right back too.
Go on the adventure and shit. Alright. Go get the beer. We're on the beer retrieval mission here. Got a lot of vehicular maneuvers in the parking lot tonight. There's a lot of vehicular action. Is F12 coming up with Van Diesel? Oh, I heard they were going to try to resurrect Paul Walker. I was like, oh, please don't. He's dead. Let him sleep. Let him rest. Oh, is that? Oh, everybody's trying to book it to the liquor store real quick. Haul ass to the liquor. All right, let's type. Haul ass. Haul ass. The liquor store closes at 9. Been there, done that. Yeah. We got the energy boys out here, huh? Yeah. Is there a hurricane on its way? Nope. Yeah. All right. Oh, thank you so much.
Sir. straight juice.
You can get a freaking 40.
Nah, I don't want to drink
Or get like a fucking bebop. Oh, that's gonna make my stomach hurt.
Two packs of the cigarettes, please, sir. That's up. Yes, sir. Thank you, bud.
Hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
This is $4. Okay.
Never mind, they're going to 249.
Oh crap!
I only have 7. Could you spot me $1?
How much?
Could you spot me $1, man? I'll pay you back. I'm just short right now. I didn't know it was a 2. I just have 7.
I can do it. Just add it to mine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's just 7 even. All right, I'll pay you back, man. Thank you.
Please, sir.
The Friday party is underway. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pay that dude's $1 back later. Yeah, that was nice of those guys to offer for the $1, but yeah, nice for the homies to have my back like that. That's nice for the homies. Oh, I didn't even have it. That's nice for the homies. Have my back like that. No, I didn't win on the lottery on Thursday, so they keep repeating like 4 and 9, 4 and 9, like over and over. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I keep picking other numbers than 4 or 9. And then so it's like, I keep on just, I mean, obviously the game can't pick 4 or 9. I guess it could pick whatever it wanted to, but I guess it could just pick 4 or 9 for the rest of the year. But that's usually unlikely that it would settle on some particular pattern like that of just 2 numbers. So I played for the $288 million on the Powerball tomorrow. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, my special system. Sometimes my system works great, and then sometimes it totally bombs because I can't see the future. So that is a problem. Oh. guess this place has kind of turned more into the hood a little bit. It used to not be the hood back in the day. It was just like a lot of white people, and it was real mellow. Now it looks like it's getting more ghetto. More not white, in other words. Which is almost virtually the same thing. Ooh. No, I really did. I really thought I calculated it right, but it was like $1 extra. Ooh, got a brewski. Yeah, the guy was kind of getting slammed by yeah, the dude was kind of getting slammed by Africans and Mexicans, so he was probably like overwhelmed. So he was getting slammed by Africans and Mexicans. And then he got slammed by the random white person who was short $1. Oh man, Mom doesn't come back until Tuesday. That's probably when the party goes down, the real party. So, oh man, whew. No, that was a $2 one. Damn. Oh, when you got straight bottom. Yeah. Really? Okay. Whew. Said it was like I don't think that oh, did I go in the bathroom? Oh, here. All right. Yeah, they're getting slammed by the black people and the Hispanic people. Yeah.
Those COVID girls, man, you gotta watch out for those. Those COVID girls, you know what I mean? No, it was when did I get COVID? Was it December 2023 into 2024? I think. Yeah, I think it was that. And so I got COVID-19, coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, severe acute respiratory syndrome. Yeah, SARS. COVID-2, part 2, which is even better than part 1. I can't wait for part 3. I'm waiting for the trilogy to come out. I know everybody's been waiting for the SARS trilogy to be complete. Oh, man. I know we all. Waiting for that SARS trilogy, that Cove 3 to bust out. Yeah, that's my favorite one. So it was like, I guess I was already feeling like crap, but I was going to go party. Because it was like New Year's Eve. I'm sorry, it was Christmas Eve. And so I went to go get the beer and all that shit. Because it was Christmas Eve. Thou shalt not spank thy monkey on Christmas Eve. Oh, I did. Did I spank my monkey on Christmas Eve? Did I spank my wiener? Maybe I did. Because I wasn't getting any punani, so I was probably spanking. So what happens? If you're a guy, you don't have any punani, it means you're probably, hanging out with Rosie and her 5 sisters, right? Rosie, no, it's called you're hanging out with Rosie Palms and her 5 sisters. So as the old saying goes. One guy said, "What do you do?" He goes, "You don't have a girlfriend? What do you do, man? Just pull your pud?" Pull my pud? What is a pud? Oh, I mean like pull your penis, or like I don't know. What you're saying. Pull your pud. He's like, "What's going on, man? You don't." This is when I was young. This is when I was younger, right? I was like 21. This guy Steve, who thought I guess he was God's gift to women or something. He was like, "Hey, what do you do, man? You don't got a girlfriend? What do you do, man? Just pull your pud?" No, man, I pull my bud. Oh, deep. Turn the tables on him, huh? Effectively. That one black dude buying the 12-pack of Coke, he was like, "Hey, oh. Like he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was all like an African American stereotype almost, like, yeah, boy. Like he was just like fucking. What's that guy like the fucking most African American fucking stereotype you can think of? African American male stereotype. He's like, get the 12-pack of Coke. Oh. Like he was like into it and shit. Whatever. And then I didn't really trust the young kids that just turned 21. I was kind of like rolling my eyes, right? I'm like, oh God, a Hispanic young guy with a fucking black dude, and they're both 21. I'm like, oh God, it's Friday night, right? Dude, what kind of beer are we gonna get? I don't know. I don't even know what beer is. I don't know. What are we gonna get? Oh, dude, all we got is like $10. Oh shit. Dude, that shit is like, why don't we get some 40s? Oh man, that shit's nasty. We're higher class than 40s. Yeah. It is like, it's not just the Hispanics and the blacks who have the same conversation near the alcohol. I mean, it could be white. It could be anybody, like 21 having the same fucking conversation. Like, dude, I don't know. Do you have $5? Man, do you got 20? I don't know. Dude, these prices are too high, man. Let's go to the liquor store. Yeah, it's cheaper to go to the liquor store than the convenience store because the Pakistani, Arabic, the Indian convenience store is always going to be a rip-off fucking place. Like, if you notice, when you go into the Pakistani, if you go into the Indian, the Arabic store, they never price anything. I think there should be a law that any store owner must have everything priced on its shelf. They should. Yeah. I think there should be a law that all stores must have prices for all items on its shelf so people don't, have their money and then they go up to the register and they're like, what? A beer is fucking $8? Have sticker shock, right? So somehow Pakistani, Arabic, Indian convenience store, quickie store owners are able to get away with not pricing their items and telling the customer what the real cost of the items are. That shouldn't be legal, but somehow they're getting away with it. I don't know how they're getting away with it. I really don't know how these Indians and Pakistans and Arabs are getting away with not pricing their items, but somehow they are. Tula having a cow, so I'm going to unleash Tula. Yeah. Getting quiet, got good. Yeah. So we got a little daily four for tonight. And then we got tomorrow for the $288 million. $288 million. What would I do after Uncle Sam got their cut? So they could go blow up Russians or something like that. Bombs over Ukraine, yeah. Don't leave the bank unless you plan to hit something. Bombs over Moscow, yeah. What a great deal it is. People go to work so that the military-industrial complex could function by stealing our tax dollars on wars we never really wanted and we don't need. Fascinating. Immediately after the 20-year war in Afghanistan, conveniently, a year later, another war to sell arms started with the illegal invasion by Vladimir Putin of the Ukraine in February 2022. Conveniently, wars always start up. You're always like, whew, I'm glad the Vietnam is over. They're like, oh, God. Now the Afghanistan starts. And you're like, oh, Lord. Then the Persian Gulf. Then the Iraqi. And you're like, oh. Then the Afghanistan again. Then the new terror wars began. You're like, man, I'm getting a little tired of all these wars. You're like, woo, 20 years of terror wars, Iraq and Afghanistan. Man, I'm glad it's over. And you're like, woo, take a breath. Oh, wait a minute. There's Ukrainian Russia, Russian Federation. Amazing. It's funny how the wars, they start up right after the other one finished up, or supposedly finished up. Funny how the military-industrial, pharmaceutical, technological, state media propaganda complex works. Amazing how that works. Anybody noticing the pattern yet? War ends, but it doesn't. A new war begins. General President Dwight D. Eisenhower The military-industrial complex, a permanent, deep state, permanent arms cells. The real enemies of our republic are inside of ourselves, inside of this nation. The military-industrial complex. Could nations around the world have peace for any length of time? Or is that just not possible? That's a pipe dream, I guess. Not when you get to sell those juicy weapons of destruction. I guess if you're Raytheon, Northman, what's it called? Northman Grunup, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, the military-industrial complex, the real military-industrial complex. Is it Northman Grunup or something? That was a funny name for it. Raytheon sounds pretty sci-fi. Boeing sounds, I guess, kind of science fiction like. Lockheed Martin, that sounds pretty badass. Lockheed Martin, locking on. Raytheon probably sounds the most sci-fi, right, of the whole lot. Northman Grunup sounds like a guy who was smuggling crack or something. It sounds like some redneck guy who got arrested for too many DWIs. But that Lockheed Martin, dog, that sounds like a serious motherfucker. Fighting wars that we don't need forever. Locks into forever wars with no escape. There's no way out. They control it. They run it. We don't. End of fucking story, basically, right? Well, not exactly, but the way the story is going now. Nothing lasts forever. Not even war. There'll just be peace just because peace will have to happen. Not because it's destined to happen, not because it must happen, but because it probably will. So, there'll probably be an age of peace. Maybe it might be after an age of devastating war and conflict. World War III, nuclear conflict, thermonuclear conflict, artificial intelligence, robotic conflict. I guess we have to go through hell to get through heaven. For people to really wake up and fucking learn. Yeah. I guess everybody's children have to die before people get the fucking message. I guess that's just what must happen. We probably hope that people would learn and that they'd change their ways and they would do what was right for people on the planet and do what's right for human civilizations. But we can't guarantee that that's actually going to happen. That cooler heads will prevail. That logic will prevail. That good will triumph over evil. We can't be guaranteed of that in this world. So there's uncertainty about that. Great uncertainty. So the Russians are going through the Russian Federation and the conflict, their illegal invasion of Ukraine. They're going towards about 1 million Russians dead, thousands. Well, what was the Bill O'Reilly number? It was 700,000 wounded, if those numbers are to be believed. 800,000 dead Ukrainian soldiers and counting. So this one's mounting up. And, it's mounting up financial cost. It's mounting up people dead. It's unnecessary. It really is. All this is totally unnecessary. It's not right. It's not Christian. It's not what Russian Federation. It's not Orthodox Christian, this war. It's just not holy. It's not ordained by God. So if it's not ordained by God, it's ordained by Satan. All right, so that's who's leading us into hell is Lucifer. So to stop Lucifer, we'll have to be a lot more intrepid in our methods. How long will this bleeding continue? Until what end? And what is the final result? We could build the shields, the Golden Dome. Europe could prepare for invasion by the Russian Federation or to attack Russian forces. There could be nuclear, hypersonic missile exchanges, drone weaponry exchanges, dangerous exchanges that never would normally have to be. But I suppose they're coming. It didn't matter who the president was. It did. Okay, so we have a stronger president, Donald Trump. So it did matter in that regard.